Good morning, everybody, and a very happy Sunday, and welcome to the workshop here, or the studio, whatever you like to call it, for the Live at 11 Sunday morning show. Today, we will have the cars, the star. It's not here yet, but we hear it's on the way, so I won't be announcing what car it is until the car is here. I'm just looking at the stand. If I had to stand down a wee bit there, it would be a lot better. Good morning, everyone joining there, and thank you very much. Joe will be on later from Bow by Joe to talk about chemical-free living from 11:15, and hopefully it won't run on too long. But Joe and myself had a conversation there the other night, just taking down pointers and that, and we ended up talking for 4 hours. 4 hours just went like that there. So we will be very careful on how we get on with it. I've got two jobs to do this morning. One is to finish putting up a studio light here, so whenever myself and Joe are having our conversation, that, oh, there it's going down now, lovely, that you can see us and there won't be any shadows or anything. Another thing I have to do this morning is a wee bit of sprocket work, is tap the sprocket back onto the turbine. I will get a drink of water, guys. Tap the sprocket back onto the turbine and get me generating power. The sprocket slipped again. I didn't put on my Jubilee clip and it slipped off and took off the chain. Even though that's a bit boo-hoo and everything and all that, it gives us a chance to look at what's happening at the sprockets and the chain on our new setup of the turbine. I get the power back going, like there's no dear doubt about that we'll have the power back going. It is a very simple issue of just the sprocket is travelling because of the sprocket is travelling because of the chain direction. Now I am very excited today because of my guest that's coming on, Joe. She's very cool and she's all into the chemical-free living. If you want to look her up, she's Bow by Joe on Instagram and TikTok, and Joe Lynch on the old Facebook. I won't spend long down here, guys, because I don't have the microphones on. So I'm going to give you kind of a pan of what I'm doing. I know it's going to be hard to hear me in bits, but we just got to roll with it sometimes, don't we? So first off, I'm going to knock off the water. And what that does, that stops the cogs and sprockets from spilling here. And to know I'm blessed, you. But Martin, what are you saying? Morning there, Mr. Kerberk. Liam, how are you doing? And everybody joining us on all of the platforms here. I'm not sure if I'm actually live on Instagram there at all. Jeepers, I wasn't even live on Instagram. Oh my God, I am now live on Instagram. Good morning, Instagram. I'm very sorry. You just missed me knocking this off by taking the pipe off at the end there. But now that it's stopped spinning and it's no more a threat to my hands, I'm going to knock on this sprocket. And I'm going to knock it on in such a way that it can it'll stay on. It'll stay on, and I'm going to put on my Jubilee clip as well. So I'm going to get this lined up. Obviously come out of line whenever it was moving. Coming off. So I'll get this knot back on. That looks about right, so I'm gonna switch it back on by sliding on the pipe. There we are, we're back up and running. Let's go and have a little look at the wall and see what power we're getting out of it and what we can do with the power maybe. Maybe try and run one of them little motors from a treadmill or something, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm back charging. Just show you the charging light now and all. Oh, if the camera stand sits there. Righty. Dan, I got my jacket there. So guys, just while I'm here, I'm going to introduce you to Joe from Bow by Joe.
Hi folks, Joe here from Bow by Joe.
Yeah.
I'll be on in a wee while just to talk all things chemical free with Barry here. We've plenty to talk about, so that's at 11:45?
Yeah, or 11:45, whichever one suits better. Okay, Joe.
No bother.
Alrighty, thank you. So Joe will be on at 11:45 today to have a bit of crack about chemical-free living. And as we all know, that is right in tune with what we're at about here. We're trying to take our reliance away from everything that's about. Now, I'm not saying you don't have to go off grid with your little turbine or anything. You could do outside lights or something like that. There we are, we're back charging now. If I take out my voltmeter, and we can do some simple experiments here. And we have voltage under load and voltage without load. So we're going to test our voltage under load first. 11.4. No surprise there, because whenever we're charging off this guy here, 11.4 is what we're usually getting. That's across each phase, so from L1 to L2, L2 to L3, we're 11.4 volts. On that all adds up to enough voltage in here to give us 14 volts charging voltage. It's showing us 12.4 volts on the battery, so that's what it's charging at now. So there's 12.4 volts going into that. As the battery charges, that voltage will rise. Right, so now if I switch off the wheel, we're taking off the torque. So I switched off the electricity there. We're taking off the torque from the wheel and we're letting it freewheel. So at the freewheel speed, we're only getting 24.6 volts. So we've seen that before up to 50 volts, but it's all using different sprockets. I went on to the first gear sprocket. So even though it finds it'll be very, very easy for it to run now, it will, it won't have much ampage in it. So whenever you're talking about voltage and ampage, you're talking about the more volts you have, that you can trade volts for amps. It's the easiest way to, I always try and explain it the easiest way. So the more volts I have at my generating, the more volts I'll have charging, but I'll be bringing them down to the 11.4 volts, and every time I come down in voltage, I go up in ampage, in the current, in the strength of what I'm doing. There's 10 past already, guys. That's class. Anyone got any weather out there? Pauline has a positive vibration for you. What was Pauline saying, guys? Hey Barra, I'm loving the hat. Thanks very much, Lorraine. Yeah, it was me dad's. Well, I probably bought it for him because it fits me and I have an awful big head. Well, I have an awful lot of hair in my head, I suppose. Good morning, off buddy, keep her lit. Thanks very much, Kieran Phillips there from the Ramblin' String Band. Jeepers, wouldn't it be a treat to have yous on here some morning? We've Joe on this morning from Bow by Joe to talk about chemical-free living, so that's going to be a really, really big treat at a quarter to 12. So hopefully you can hang around or pop back in for that there. I know it's going to be good crack. So it's nice and mild in Mayo. And it's very nice and mild here in Omit as well. So somebody saying good morning, Rachel there. Fair play to you saying good morning to other people. That's great. Anyway, right. So we have our voltage, which is 24. What do we do with that? 24 volts, 3 phase. It's not really much fun, guys, I have to admit. I don't think it's going to blow anything up. But what we could do is try and run one of them little motors, like I said. And I have a 3 phase going up there. And I have a little motor down the back. So, I'm going to go down to the back. And guys, I see there, thank you very much for the gifts coming in. And the me hearts, actually, the more me hearts I get, the more the algorithm shares me or something. There was something come up about the me hearts on TikTok. Morning, Jordan. How are you, cuz? Right, so what I want to run is one of these call them hoverboard motors, and I've done a few videos and taken these apart and what they're like inside and all that. So if you want to have a good look, just go through the videos there. You'll probably see it marked hovercraft motor, or not hovercraft, hoverboard, and they don't even hover. Jesus, how did they get away with calling them hoverboards? Like, this day and age, we can get stuff to hover and levitate. Like, how come they put wheels on something and call it a hoverboard? That's miss something anyway, isn't it? Miss advertisement or something. Right, so I'm looking for 3 phase at the back here. And lucky enough, I have it. Oh, you can't see it, so I'll just move you all around. So there we go. Just underneath the horns of glory, I have this. And I have a little clip here as well, because this little guy used to live up there until it caused me big trouble one day, or something happened and I took it off. So I probably don't need it, but I'm looking for my my hex head bit here and I just can't see it. So I'm going to be real brute about this and try and shove it through. Just instead of you guys watching me looking for something, aren't you as well watching me maybe taking the jaw off myself, trying to get this through. Oh Jesus, it's tight. Oh, there we go. Wow. Yes. Baby. So I always carry my 3 phases, R1 or ST. That's the oldest way. That's the way I learned about 3 phases. It wasn't L1, L2, L3. They were RST. And I would have learned that from the older guys that I worked with back whenever I was 16. So I really like the RST, and I know it's used. I'm not saying it's not used anymore, but it's not as popular anymore. Because a lot of stuff's dumbed down. But in saying that, it's, you know what it is. But I like RST, and I think I'll just mark everything RST from now on. It sounds like I know what I'm at. That'd be the main reason. So I've got my, now a real way to test this would be to have different sprockets out there that I could change between, so I could go up and go down. Oh, and I'm also using something with a coil in it. So I need to come out of here and into here. The bugger about these guys here, they're a good switch, they're a brilliant switch, but they're a footery wee thing to get a good turn in them. And on a cold day around here, get your fingers onto that and turn that is a bit of, I don't know what you'd call it. But anyway, I'll give it a go through this and we'll see what happens. Sure, might burn out. Might see some smoke. Right, so it's just vibrating the whole wall there. There's not enough electromagnetic charge being put into the coils here. So I'll show you exactly what's happening there. So the magnets and the coils here, I need a charge coming through these coils for it to unmatch the electromagnetic field of the magnet. Here, what's happening is I'm not getting enough to get past each magnet. So sometimes if I give it a wee start, it'll start. There we go. So see the way it's not staying going. That should, in theory, I suppose, stay going. Now, I do have different types of wheels. I've got this one here, which I think I'll stick in that hole if it fits. I'm not going to do any cutting or anything like that to try and fit it. I just like having the one that has the back of it. I really need to sort out. I'm putting all my switches over here now because I've moved my desk or my bench, and now all my AC is up here where I used to have full access to it. I need to move all that back, so that'll be probably during the week or something. I get all that moved back over where I can get my hands on it and just switch it on and off instead of walking all around the bench. I suppose I could have leaned over whenever you think about it, but who thinks about it? Are you all right there, Joe?
Spot on.
Spot on.
Learning, it's an education.
An education. Oh my God. So I find the thing is to keep talking. You keep your audience enthralled and you pick up new viewers by keeping talking.
I don't know, if I kept talking Barry, I might lose a few viewers.
I don't know. You know what? The people who didn't like to listen, they could just, that's the thing about it, you just use your thumb and you scroll on, You don't get lost in it too. Well, I suppose you would. But what I'm doing here, guys, I'm going to climbing Crow Patrick today, but not until after Live at 11 is over.
I'm jealous.
Oh, Joe is dead jealous. For a girl for climbing mountains and running in rivers and everything, Joe is a great woman for that, yeah. Fair play to you. Oh, well, Cara, how is things? I haven't spoken to you in a while. But what I'm doing here is I'm putting this one back on. I'm going to put electricity up through these coils. The electricity will either match or unmatch the magnetic field that's coming out. And hopefully this one might turn a little bit easier. But I have to clamp it back the way that it's supposed to be, or I could get bearings. Bearings wouldn't sit right, and you can see there's not much torque from here. There's not much torque at all. I had to start it spinning with a little well, they're a big enough motor, but to get it going, it shouldn't take too much. I probably need around the 30 volts to be a 30 volt motor or something like that. I am really kind of playing with stuff here. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm not too disappointed, because I used to get disappointed whenever I done, say, I'd be working on something here, cutting it out and making it maybe for a month or more than a month, making a piece. And as soon as you bring it to the machine, it doesn't work. All your plans, all your drawings, everything. And then you bring it to the machine and it doesn't work. And especially all the thought in your head about building it and how it would come together and that. And whenever you put it all together, it doesn't work. And whenever you see it, you're like, that would have never worked. How did I not see that? And I believe after a while of that, you'd stop if you let that get you. I just started seeing it as a lesson. So a great maybe a mantra to have is, there's no such thing as a mistake if you're learning from it. That's very, very important. If you learn from it, it's not a mistake, and you can carry on with more knowledge. And that's the way I had to start thinking of stuff around here. I've also got a thing where my RS and T on this are blue, green, yellow, and that kind of sounds about right. Kind of rolls off the tongue like it should be kind of connected that way. What are we? Brown, green, yeah, I don't know, no, green's there. This here's coming from China, and I really don't know if there is regulations on wiring in China or colours, because just because the place is so vast, the country is so big. Connection there, and this last connection in here, and that should let me turn on. And instead of walking right around the bench, this time, guys, I need to move this toolbox out of here, just learning stuff like that. I don't know where I'll move it to yet, but I'm sure I'll just get it moved into a nice comfortable position. Because of moving the bench, all of this happened. So I'm going to hit the start on that, and it's moving by itself already, even though it has a little shudder in it. It's moving by itself, so that's the motor difference. This could be a 24 volt motor. Now there won't be any torque in that motor, which is what I always talk about. People be slagging me, oh, and they're still slagging, like on videos I made 2 years ago, and people are saying, oh, it's only 0.3 of a volt, and I'm like, yeah, it's all pieces of scrap I put together, and that was my first voltage out of it. Like, it's mad, and you have to keep going. Like, can we hear the air horn? What does RST stand for? L1, L2 and L3. Just wondering, would it not need a run capacitor? No, it's a 3-phase pulling off a 3-phase line. I generate in 3-phase AC. All generators are 3-phase AC. Then they use a bridge rectifier to come back to DC. So that's another thing I've set up here, which maybe we could have a little bit of fun with. Like, this here, I know maybe the spectacle of you watching that isn't too good, but for me that's fucking amazing. I have a 3-phase motor running on my backboard for the crack, and that is the first one that I have running. Do you know what I mean? That's the first one. That's like coming from the 0.3 of an amp, or even 0 amps and 0 voltage with, I just pulled it out there today with this guy up here in the corner here. That's my very first wind turbine, and I had it coupled to a cowling of a chimney, and the wind would blow it and that would turn. But whenever I first made that, I just made that to prove that I could get magnets passing coils, that I could do that. There was obviously, once I do it, there's electricity to be made and all that there, and then you're into load versus torque and all that. But if you're starting from the beginning, which I did, I had to start from the beginning. All of my turbines are starting from the beginning. People be sending me great ideas and everything, and I do try them, but it's very, very hard to try everything and keep going. Even the ideas that I have for my turbines, I would have my whole turbine changed maybe 3 times, and they're still being built. I'm still changing them, but I never mind that, because it's all going forward and all showing you simpler ways. But I have to go through the build of what I set out to do, to learn the lessons on that path, and then I can bring it back to simplify. So I'd be building up a pulley, and I'd be thinking, oh, if I'd done this a different way, there'd be no need for this pulley. But I keep building the pulley anyway. Instead of getting lost on tangents, just go for the end goal and see what happens. Anyway, enough about me. How are yous this morning? Where are yous all tuning in from? Good morning, Jordan. The weather is lovely in Killian. That's great. Is the air horn working? Funny you should ask that on TikTok. If I get up to 10 love me or love you things, I will give yous, I won't give you a choice, I'll play the air horns. How about that? Aren't I a lovely fella? Stan Fix, good morning, sir. How are you? If anybody isn't following Stan Fix, can you please get over to him? He is cool. He's just cool. Well, I like him anyway, and he's one of the guys I follow. Cash is King is down in Glanmere in County Cork, boys. Great to have you. Ivan, good morning. Oh, Stanfish is blushing there. Everybody on over here on TikTok. Good morning, Barra. Good luck with today's show. Thanks, Bean. Something. Oh, jeepers, it's awesome. That's the thing about touching these bloody phones. They start asking you to do stuff. So I'm just going to go down here to the comments. And so Kilkenny is in London and it's 4 degrees here. Edward, are you for real 4 degrees? I don't know what temperature it is here, but it could be around, would it be around 7 to 10?
7, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely nice. Well, we're calling it nice and warm. Yeah, DJ Dean is in Ballyborough in County Cavan. Thank you very much for tuning in. Morning from Drogheda. And Simon says good morning there as well. Thank you very much, everybody, for your comments. I do try and get through them all as much as I can. But what are we going to look at now? Let's try and levitate a magnet or something. I think levitation is going to be super duper in the coming year with myself, because I'll be using electricity to make more electricity. I'm not defying physics or anything like that there. I'm just trying something different. I had to unlearn a lot of stuff. Hoverboard. That's a hoverboard in the background. Do you like it? And I wonder, could we run a hoverboard wheel off that hoverboard wheel to make more electricity? No, can't. Simple as that. Doesn't like it, so we'll not be doing that. And I think that'd be a great waste of time. So I'm just going to grab one of my star coils, which I have hung up on the shed here because the vibes are high this morning. And I thought it would be nice just to hang these up and keep it cool. So I'm going to use this one here. Yeah. This is my one for using. And I'm going to come over to the bench and we'll give it a wee bit of voltage from the AC so we can make that wheel spin there. So I'm sure we can get a wee bit of vibration out of the magnet. I know it's only a couple of voltage or volts. It's only a couple of voltage. But what we got to do here now is get 3-phase AC from somewhere. I'm going to leave that guy there because I don't want to disconnect it. I have the DC here and I have our charging unit here, which I haven't been using because I've been doing this mess. And so what I need now is a piece of 2-core wire, and I'm going to bring just 2 of the phases down to this coil. In the future, obviously, for the levitation purposes, I'm going to use 3 of these coils in a 3-phase system. I would love to coil the coils together or coil them within each other, but I don't know how it would work, or I don't know anything about it yet. So I will tell. Oh, when I know, you'll be the first to know. How about that? What way are we for time here at all? 11:30. I think we're doing very well. There's no sign of the cars to star. Where are you? You're probably sitting on the phone looking at me, having a laugh, the two of you. And the dogs. So hopefully we'll have a beautiful car down here today for the cars to star. But if we don't, we don't. And I'm very, very happy with our guest today, our star guest today, who is Joe from Bow by Joe. Joe, could you just give us a little talk about yourself, just quickly?
Well, I'm Joe, and I created...
what you're here to do today.
Yeah, I'm just going to chat about all things chemical free today, Barra. My products would be my skincare, but I think on a broader range for people to get chemical free into their home and have that kind of lifestyle. It's not as hard as you think. You actually think it sounds complicated. It's more... My opinion on it would be to bring it back to when our grannies and grandads, and look at what they used to clean their house and maintain their houses, and there was no sprays, there was nothing going into our lungs, we weren't inhaling things all the time, and it's kind of that kind of perspective to bring it back to what we used to be doing, or
Yeah.
you know. So I think we got a bit notiony, and it's just paring it back a bit.
Yes, thank you very much, Joe. And can't wait to have a chat with Joe now at 11:45. And I think that's going to be interesting. And I know, well, I really, really hope we're going to get lots of questions in to help us on our way with that. The form is good there, your old lady has warned. Thank you very much. Fantastic work. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, guys. Are you ready for the cards to start? Holy shit. Could you just go out and make sure that she's ready and that? So we are going to go to the cars to start now this morning. Hello. So the guys are just out there getting acquainted, and myself and Joe kind of went through a little thing there this morning that if our driver wasn't here, our car wasn't here on time, that we could talk and get it on the way. So I reckon I'll just start the cars to start a little bit later and let that run into Joe's part of the show. Sorry for having my hands that way. I'm using the wrong screwdriver head, and it's simple as that. I use these class screwdrivers here, Weira, and instead of having a full toolbox of screwdrivers, there's all the screwdrivers I need as an electrician in it. So I'm going to tighten this up with the proper. And I also have to do that bloody light for the interview part. No. Just get this in because I just want to power this coil. I'm not expecting much from it, guys, and don't expect much from it. We're not going to see magnets fly across the room or anything today, but what we maybe will see is a little bit of vibration in the coil. And just pull that out. So I'm going to plug this in. There's having a real nice natter outside. That's great. It's great whenever there's people coming and you don't have to worry about them. Jack, this is the woman. Believe me. And she is a good spirit, a really, really good spirit. And hopefully that shows through on the camera. I really, really hope that you get that vibe as well, because this is one of the groundbreaking things that we need, is to go back. Same as this stuff here. This is ancient technology I'm using here. I'm not making this stuff up or anything. I'm using ancient technology. Standing on the shoulders of giants is all what any of us are at. So this here, I believed in levitation years ago. You can laugh at me all you want, but disprove me and I'd be happy. And don't disprove me with Osher. Disprove me with facts. Which show me reasons why they didn't. Please. So Jo is super cool, isn't she, guys? And we have, guys, you aren't going to believe what I'm about to go outside to hear. I can tell you now, it's a Rolls Royce. Guys, there's a Rolls Royce outside my workshop right now. To do the car is the star. There's a Rolls Royce, and we'll be looking at it right now. I didn't advertise it. on my videos, you know, the little snips I put out, because I couldn't believe it myself. I didn't believe it till it rolled up there. And I will be going out now and having a look at this Rolls Royce. Oh my goodness. I'm nervous. I am nervous. So, now let me just get this on. We can see how the magnet acts, and then we will be leaving this all together and going to the Cars to Star. Thank you very much, everybody. The Cars to Star, and we're going to lead that straight into Joe's bit, I think, because what I want a lady to have oh jeepers, it's not there. Me big guys, where's my big thing of magnets? I can use this one here, which is a computer magnet, so these are kind of handy to get, and it's nice and flat. What does the star act as? Just a coil, a star coil. At the minute, whenever I use it holistically, I just have the coil just sorts out microatoms in the atmosphere that are all around us, that we're made of and everything, and it just sorts them out and it calms them down, and it's brilliant for sleeping, kind of like the Indians' dream catcher. Now, a vibration to hear. Just look at the big bottle of water sitting in front of you. Yes, very sorry about that, guys. So because the voltage is so low, I just have vibration, and I'm not disappointed. There could be a healing property in that there, I'd say, just with the feeling of it. That's unreal. That is unreal. I can feel the charge going up my arm. It's getting to here now. I would like to talk to one of the guys about that there, about the healing properties of that, and what about if I just do that? Like, we can see that there's an electromagnetic field to here with the vibration of the magnet. I can even feel it here. So I am lifted off that a good bit. I'm just going to lower you down to see that, really, and then definitely get into the Cars to Start. So that's as low as you can get down, and I'm going to just show you this magnet here. So whenever I lower it down, the vibration starts here. I can feel the vibration here, which is about, we're a good 50-60 mil off it there. I'm not going to measure it, like we don't really need measurements or anything for that, but that's where the electromagnetic field is of that coil. It's actually to there, so I'm there, like it's really, I'm gonna get the guys to feel that there after the show and maybe make a video on it. But right, there we go. To keep everything in order and in line, let's do the Cars to Star. And here we go. Sal, do you mind being on camera? Do you want to be on camera?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
I'm
not.
You're not.
So she's not,
you want
so.
to sit down and make yourself comfortable.
I have sunglasses on, so that's fine.
Yeah. So guys, look here, you know I'm into cars. Zell
Hi.
has brought her Rolls Royce. Zell, you have a holiday home in Ireland and you live in Scotland.
Yeah, I live in Edinburgh, so
Yeah,
I have
in a-
holiday home, so I miss just like it, you know.
Yeah.
I go down to the mountain, yeah.
Yeah,
I love
you
cars,
love it here.
so
Yeah.
I think a lot of people maybe
You love
know.
cars, and you were telling me last night you drive everywhere, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, all over Europe.
Because I got like two doggies, they have to travel with
Yes,
me, so,
yeah.
and I have panic disorders.
Okay,
so
yes, yeah.
So
yeah.
car is more like my home.
Right,
I
I
feel
get
like the
that.
security deposit would say.
Yes, yeah. So I'm gonna set up this camera so we can have a really good look at this car, because I am so excited.
It's a little bit dirty, so it's I
Oh,
like the price.
yeah, no.
I just like the color.
Yeah, I can't believe the colour.
So,
I cannot believe the colour. Purple. Is that a Rolls-Royce colour? Let's start with the colour. Did you buy that from Rolls-Royce purple or?
no, not really actually. So I bought from Morgan Car. So.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
But it's
Morgan.
very difficult to get it because I think the previous owner, I don't know if I should mention, used to be the Prince of Qatar.
Prince of Qatar's.
Yeah, so. And I bought
Okay.
it, so the car was like, just like 700 miles. And I
Yeah.
bought it. So because I saw it, I said, okay, that's mine. So just don't,
Yes, and fair play
I
to you.
can't get it
So-
because I was looking for Cardinals by Rolls-Royce dealer, so in Edinburgh.
Okay.
It's like black and they all look a little bit bored. And I said, no, I want a colorful color. They
Yes.
said like, oh, it's you have to wait like for 2 years to get it.
Yeah.
And then so Morgan Class got one. So
Wow, yeah, and they're, yeah, fair play to them. Now, the Rolls-Royce on the wheel caps, does it spin or is
it does speed, it keeps. So when you
it
just drive.
keeps? Yes.
So,
Oh my goodness. Oh my, like that is, and it is the ultimate in luxury, isn't it, Sal?
yes.
Like, I don't think. Whoa! I
was
love
just
your
like,
style. I have to say, I do love your
I just
style.
like the color.
And the colour, she's got the colour of the inside. What is that? God, that's orange, is it?
I call it like a Hermes orange. So
All right. Wow.
I have to just like like open.
She's gonna.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's,
there we go. Yeah, it's just for her wee bit starting. You know why
so,
not?
Let me see just here.
Yeah. Oh wow! And it has electric controls. Oh my goodness!
There's another button here. So
Wow. Joe,
Check this out.
Joe, does that suit you? Does that suit you?
Where roll back.
Oh yes, yes.
it's very important, I would say, because this is like a 2-seat car. So on the back, this is only 2 seats.
Oh, it's a
Like a 4-seater
four-seater car.
and on the
Yeah.
back is 2 seats. And then all other continents, what you get, they have 3 seats. And I said,
Okay.
I want 2 seats on the back. It's so difficult to get.
Yeah.
I was like checked everywhere, and then I think you can't get it. And that's what like this.
Wow.
Like
Once in a life.
It's a once-off, and it's a royal car. Yeah, Sal was saying.
Jumping.
Yes.
I just jumped in.
Yeah, and show us about your car.
Just like and then got like that's a fridge. So
Oh, Zell, stop the lights.
look at it.
If that was
More.
We need to find a nice
Barra, jump in.
Jump
in, we're heading for Dublin.
Heading for Dublin. Oh my goodness.
There's like a go, usually go this, I think. Yeah. And then you got,
Oh, unbelievable. Look at this.
we should have got like a champagne here.
We really should.
It was so spicy.
Oh my goodness. That is class.
Is it?
It's
I like the
very
color.
good.
It's just really nice color. So
Yes, it's an unbelievable colour.
yeah.
Did you come up with the interior yourself?
No, but
seen it.
this is what I was looking. So because I couldn't find what exactly. But usually, so the interior is like a creamy color or the
Yeah.
white color. You can at that time. So the Rolls-Royce Edinburgh, they said so I can customize one. But it took like 2 years, and a certain color is can't. And I said, oh no. But because before that, I got like the white ghost Rolls-Royce as well. So
All right, yes.
yeah, so I love cars.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
cars, you can see. So
And you love Rolls-Royce, obvious. This is your
I love
second.
to like drive it.
Yes.
Love it. You sit on the back. I really like it.
Oh
so
my goodness.
so
And would you drive this across Europe then? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah. It wouldn't bother you, like, just that's what a car's for.
The problem is like parking is the problem.
Park, yes, with a
And then
Rolls
people
Royce.
take a photograph.
Yes,
People
yeah.
really like it. They take a photograph of my dogs. So. Because my dog is sitting.
Yeah,
on the back,
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very unnerving, isn't it? It'd be like someone taking a picture of your child on the back seat, really. Yeah. You'd be afraid of them.
€5 for one shot. So.
I'm going to have a wee look around here and let me check the time. Oh, okay. Sal, I'm going to say thank you very much for taking the car down, because I'm going to start Joe's bit now.
No problem.
So, yeah.
Sure.
Oh, it was lovely meeting you. Yeah.
Oh, you're very welcome to hang around, Sal, and take as much videos and everything as you want.
So I'm fine. Just
Yeah.
like Monica to say.
Yeah, yeah. Leave me out of it.
I think that's the first video of my car. So I think I opened it up. It is quite difficult.
I get it for you. So here we have, guys.
Monica said that caused like a suicide, door.
Sal.
Because
Suicide
you can't
doors, yeah.
really, like open the door.
Yeah.
Look, is that a safety thing?
See,
Just
yeah.
like bad design. Also very good.
Oh, it's not a bad design. It's very good for getting out of. It's Rolls Royce are built for the back seat.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is,
very much so.
And then if you just like close that, the door is like. That's the thing you play with.
Yes.
What
Yes.
is that, right?
That would save money every time you park, I'd say.
Unbelievable. Oh, look. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
That's nice.
Oh, Sal, thank you very much.
Okay,
Oh
cheers.
my God,
like,
you're
enjoy your
darling.
day, so.
Yes, yes, we will. Oh, that was so
Yeah,
cool.
enjoy
You're, wow. Imagine having a Rolls Royce on my morning show. Thank you very, very much, Sal. That is epic. Oh my God. I didn't even get to ask you many questions or anything. I'm just in awe. It's,
We just started.
yeah.
Okay, so, yeah.
Cool.
Okay, enjoy.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye bye.
Okay.
So now we'll go on in here and we'll get chatting to Joe about chemical-free living. I really want to, yeah, I really want to hear it starting.
You want to hear the stuff?
Yes. Joe, I think Airbit's going to run just a little bit over the 12 o'clock.
Tell me, sister, she's watching.
Oh, Joe's sister, we're going to be a wee bit later. You're very welcome to bring the tribe up here if you want. We'll go over to the waterfalls, or not, to the salmon hole. Anyway, let me see. There's that Instagram is added again. So just for now, I'm going to let you have a look at the car. You can't see, you can't see in the windows. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it didn't make a noise.
Unreal.
Oh my.
So quiet. They said if you put like, a point, so on
Yeah. Oh, it's so beautiful. Thank you so much, Zell, for that there. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Zell is so cool. She definitely matches that machine.
I think I just make her big.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's you.
Bye. Lovely
Nice to
meeting you.
meet you. So yeah.
Yeah.
See you later, Del. Bye.
Wow. Wowee. Look at the wheels. See the wheels, the centre on the wheels. It doesn't spin.
Oh,
Do you see that?
See, keen eye. I wouldn't have noticed that at all. No?
That's. Oh, wow, Zell. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow. A Rolls Royce. So that's not the bar set for the cars to start. That is in no way the bar set for the cars to start. That is just to show that, yes, we will take anything on here. So, this is the bit I've been looking forward to since last week, really. A wee chat with Joe. So, Joe, we've the kettle on there and everything, and not a cup between us.
I know.
We're gonna.
Some of the heat coming out of this, you wouldn't believe it.
It's unreal, isn't it? And the wee fans on the top are a
Yeah.
great job as well. So, I'm gonna just take a wee minute, guys. Just know yourselves, just to get this set up right, that we have the two of us on the cameras. Yeah, a big side lens would be handier, but what can you do? I have to set over closer to you now, Joe. Now, I've got you.
Are you?
Right?
Am I in?
Yeah,
It's sitting on top of the fire.
yeah. Cool. So, Joe,
Well,
let me get me notes.
long time now.
because I did make notes.
We did.
Yeah. So, Joe is going to talk to us about chemical-free living. And Joe, do you want to reintroduce yourself there and tell us what you're about?
Well, most people would know me in relation to skincare. I have my own skincare brand now called Go by Joe. And it's a chemical-free skincare brand. It's got chemical-free, carcinogen-free, alcohol-free, preservative-free. It's 100% natural. And I just live over the mountain there in Omeath as well. And I created it all and hand-poured it all in my little studio at the back of my house in Omeath.
And you actually,
So,
you took some products, just so as we get, is that the products there?
they're my 2 star products. They're the ones.
All right.
Do you know if you have a house full of clutter and loads of different products and you think you need everything?
Yeah.
These are the 2 that people need. So this is really, really hydrating. This is my Joe's Calm Balm. A lot of people use it for eczema, psoriasis. It's really, really good for hydration. It'll work on the premise that it'll nourish the lower layers of the skin, but it will also work on any skin conditions you might have on the top layer. So it's not specifically for skin conditions,
Yeah.
but since I've been selling it, a lot of people have come back and said you'll never guess that worked for psoriasis or eczema. Chilblains lately.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought they were a thing of the past.
Yeah, no, chilblains now. So a lot, but it's all back to basics about keeping your skin right and hydrating it, and then
Yeah.
the skin issues should fall away.
And naturally.
Naturally is the key.
Yeah.
It's naturally, because preservatives and things like that, like there's a preservative called MIT, for instance, and it can be found, it has been banned in the EU, but it can be found in America, and it is a corrosive on the skin, and it can be found as well in what do you call the things? Oh, I've lost my train of thought. It's found in cleaners, like detergents and
Right,
different
sorry,
things like
I
that.
should have helped you pull you out of
No,
there.
you're grand.
It's like I'm watching as well.
But it's if you come into contact with it, on their little toxicology sheet, it says to go straight to your doctor and seek medical attention because it can be corrosive on the skin.
Okay.
The same thing is in skincare. Now it's more Americanized now, the MIT.
Okay.
But like just some of the stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Keep it natural because
Yeah.
you don't know what's in it. As
And you're
preservatives.
you're giving people something, so you're not just banging a drum there saying, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. You're already giving people an option, so an alternative option. Not alternative living, the
Yeah.
old way of living, but an alternative option.
Yeah.
Which I think is very, very good, because a lot of the stuff that says no, don't do that, they don't give you something
Yeah.
that you can use, but
it.
you're giving
Yeah,
us something
yeah.
for the skin, and then you have another.
That's my baby bum balm, which I really should change the name of because a lot of people use it for a lot of different things now. So I am in the middle of changing the name, and that's more if you have rashes, if you have aired skin, if you get bites, just those little
Yes.
skin niggles, like bites especially, nettle stings, different things like that you can have in your car and go, I did something for that, I have something
And
for that.
it just
and
covers such a wide
It
range.
just covers everything. It's so handy. Like I do take that to football. I do have one in my car every football match I go to, and I usually pawn it off to somebody that needs it at the football. Like they might have got a nettle sting or
Yeah,
a bee sting.
yeah,
Something
yeah.
happened, and I go here.
A bee sting.
It can work on bee sting, yeah, just to take
Yeah.
the irritation down out of it now.
Oh, so it's a skin calmer, like.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Yeah. Lucky my hands are made of asbestos, so I don't need stuff like that there.
But I've a lot of fellas that work with concrete and stuff will use this.
Great.
The Joe's Can Ban, because their skin does be
Yeah,
attached exactly
like
to
you can
concrete.
see in my, I don't
Yeah.
work with concrete, but I've been working on a building. I'm an electrician, I should have really soft hands and driver rolls right according to Facebook and that. But yeah, so there is something out there for,
Oh, 100%. This will
Okay,
be
yeah,
it for
yeah.
your hands if you're working outdoors and different things like that.
that's
It'll nourish
called-
the skin again and bring it back. Just keep it right.
Joe's Calm Balm. And
Yeah.
that's the thing about it. It works, but there's nothing bad in it.
And I get the original ingredients and I melt them down, and then there's different melting temperatures. And
Yeah.
there's a bit of a science behind it, but and then I mix them all together, and then they end up in the pot. So yeah.
And is all your, I have to ask the brutal question, is all your products green? Or are all your products green? Is there any products in it that are hard to get or
No, the only thing would be if you were vegan, there is beeswax in it, so that'd be the thing to watch out for, but that'd be about it. The rest is transparent. You're meant to put all the ingredients in Latin on your ingredients list, which I was like, what?
In Latin?
I think it's Latin, so I put the English beside it, just so that there's full transparency on my ingredients list. You will know exactly what they are when you read them.
Yeah.
So I have been told by people, you know, you could practically eat it if you wanted to. It's that natural. So there you go. Don't, but you could.
Don't. Yeah, you could. Don't do as she says on TV. So Joe.
But that's what people know me for, right? That's the chemical-free skincare. But my lifestyle is a very chemical-free lifestyle, which I am trying to promote now to people, because people believe the marketing around cleaning products and different things has been amazing over the years, and people think that they need all these products to keep their house clean, and it's just not true. So I'm trying to bring it back to old school, like what our grandparents would have used. You know, they never used the sprays. Like, we were never inhaling things. We were never like walking through a house. Like, a candle was lit if the electricity went off. Like,
exactly,
you know, so there's different wee bits that we can change. Like, throw out your scented candles and get a diffuser. Then you can actually
What is a diffuser? Sorry.
So it's a little kind of, it's a little machine you can pop your water into, and then you can add your essential oils into it. Now, if you've got a cold or a flu, there's different blends of essential oils you can get, and they can be like eucalyptus or menthol and different things, which will actually lift the cold off your lungs as well. There's other ones that can be antibacterial. So if you're coming home, your kids are coming home from school all the time, and you're afraid of them catching colds and stuff, you can put. I like the doTERRA On Guard. Not that I'm promoting any, I have no affiliation with them, but that's the one I would use.
It's nice to promote something that you know is good as well,
just so
and you have
recommend
the confidence.
And that's good for just keeping bugs at bay and different things like that. Especially, I have it on when they come home from school. There's other blends you can use just to have a relaxed vibe in the house. Do you know, your lavenders and stuff like that. So you can really control the vibe of your house. You can energize it with sweet orange. And it's just a safer way, and it actually uplifts your mood as well. So while you're burning scented, like strawberry,
I've one right here, on the floor here, which would be your typical Christmas present, or
this
something
is it,
like that.
Yeah.
It's cinnamon and clove, and burns up to 70 hours. Now, it doesn't give me any information on what I'll be burning and breathing here.
No, and do you know what? And I have a big bugbear about it. If you have a product with fragrance in it, you have to disclose everything to the HPRA, which is the regulating body of what you put in cosmetics and different things. And with fragrance, there seems to be a loophole. So you can have up to 150 chemicals in a fragrance, but because it's a trade secret, companies don't have to always disclose what's in a fragrance. So I've noticed, because I started all of this because my middle child Annabelle was allergic to chemicals, and it was really affecting her lungs to the point that we're going to put her on steroids.
How did you find that out? How did you find out that it was the chemicals? Or?
It was a long road. That's why I try and promote it now, because it was such
Give
a
people
long
a head
road.
Start on it.
So she was 4 months old. I'll give a brief synopsis. She was a 4-month-old baby. We moved from here to Australia for a time, and she sounded like she had smoked 40 fags a day. But she was only small. Yeah, this was when we were in Australia.
Yeah.
And we were in and out to the doctors all the time. I'd have to leave play dates and different things to actually take her to the hospital to go on nebulizers to clear the gunk off her lungs. It just wasn't lifting. And we got to a point where the doctors were going, we're going to have to think of a long-term steroid medication or something like that. I was going, she's between 4 and 8 months now at this stage when they were talking about steroids, and I was like, I can't. There was a good feeling now. I don't have any medical degree or anything. I watch Grey's Anatomy. That's about the height of it.
Well, I watched House, so I kind of know what they're on about. Yeah. No, not
But I had a gut feeling. I just was
Yeah.
like, no, it's not the way. So I just had the conversations. Anytime I sat down with any ma'am, anywhere, I was having the conversation. I couldn't help but have the conversation.
Yeah.
But look, I sat down in the park one day. This is where the crux of it was. And a girl from China sat down beside me, and she looked at Annabelle and was like, what's wrong with your baby? Like, 'cause that's how raspy her lungs were.
Right,
And I told
even
her,
a stranger in the
Yeah.
park noticed.
yeah, no, so it was
Yeah.
bad. And I told her the story and told her where we were at and different things like that. And she said, have you ever tried essential oils to try and lift it? And I said, no, but I would literally try anything at this stage. So you tell me. And so we discussed diffusers. Now you're talking 10 years ago. Diffusers are very mainstream now, but 10 years ago they weren't. And I said, yeah, no problem. Diffuser, and she got me onto the doTERRA oil, so it was the air at the time. And then she said, add a little bit of lavender because it'll help her sleep. And I laughed. I said, oh, sleep for you, actually
Yeah.
mental. Because we had not slept up until this point. So I was going, yeah, good one. And I said, look, I don't have any of this, but it sounds great. And she said, leave it with me, stay here. She went to her house. She got me the diffuser and all the oils. She came back to me and said, I'll see you here in a week. I was blown away. I was like, the kindness, first of all. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness.
And the kindness at the start of a journey which has brought you to here.
Which
to,
has brought me to a year and curveballed me away from having to take the steroids on as well.
Yes,
I was
yeah.
running out of options here.
Yeah, you were maybe you were seriously thinking about the
I
steroids
was, well,
at that stage.
you know, you're very much, I mean, you're sleep deprived, and I had a 1-year-old at the time as well, and Annabelle was only 8 months old. I was just, you know, you're nearly putting your trust in people, even you're going against your gut feeling, really.
Right,
so I
yeah.
was like, oh, I know it's the wrong thing, but if it's the only option, like,
Yeah, what else
running
can you
out,
do?
yeah. But within 3 nights of that diffuser being under her cot, the vapour was coming out of it. She was obviously breathing it in. It was lifting the mucus within 3 nights.
Wow.
She was a different child. It was insane, and you know, she was so lovely, like, because she'd been a little bit narky with the no sleep
Yes,
and the cough.
of
It was
course,
very
yeah,
hard
yeah.
to define her personality, and she never looked back. I never
Really?
looked back after that. I obviously give back the diffuser and stuff a week
Yeah,
later,
yeah.
and I couldn't believe it. And then that's when we realised she was allergic to all the chemicals. And then I went to buy all the stuff going, this is great, we've nailed it now.
Yeah.
And there was nothing. 10
It'd be
years ago,
easier
there
to
was
get now, like
now
obviously,
it's a
yeah.
bit
There'd
more-
be
there's
nearly
a
a
bit
shop
more
in
awareness.
town might have it even.
Possibly, if you
Yeah.
look into them then with fragrances and stuff, then you still...
Oh yeah, it's kind of
Still
yes,
a minefield
yes.
because they're being passed. So you're going, like, as I say to anybody, I could put Annabelle in a room and go, she can be our barometer if this is right or wrong.
Yeah, really?
Because she'll literally, her lungs will start going again.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
so it's
so
still
it's
the
a
same.
constant. Instead of her taking a steroid inhaler, probably wouldn't have been.
I'm
Jade
not sure
was on a
what they were going
steroid
to do.
inhaler.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, and like if it had been chemical-free living back then, for me, she would have been 2 years old. So that's 8 years ago. I would have started on that there, but I didn't
Yeah.
know, and I didn't have the luck to meet a lady in the park one day
I'm telling
who
you,
was
like, it
able
was
to
just
open you
unbelievable.
up on
Yeah.
the whole thing. That's unreal, and it's taken you to a point where people are ringing you during the week and saying, Joe, will you please come on my show? I think your products are fantastic,
This is it.
isn't it?
This is it, yeah, yeah.
And now, so it started off. How did you like? What's the one point where you kind of thought, wait a minute, there's something in this? Like, obviously you're making a skincare treatment for your daughter,
Yeah.
and you're living chemical free in your home because you know about breathing it in and all
Yeah.
that there. What was the point where you said, blimey, mate, this looked like a bit of a business?
It all happened naturally, so it was like I'd be making my batches, say, and then I was on holiday. We were at a wedding. My sister got married, and a lot of people got bit, not a lot, her husband-to-be got bitten on the web. Sorry, Lynn, I don't know if I should be sharing this, James.
Oh, I have to prove to TikTok that I'm a human. Hold on, give me 1 second. There you are. No, didn't get it the first go. One of these days, I would say TikTok will ban me for not being a human.
Well,
You know that? They might have every right. This is our new meeting place after Mass on Sunday. Cash is king. You're late to the game. Everyone's doing this for months, but welcome to have you. Anyone good deaf for 7? No. What's the name, guys? The name is Bo by Joe. So Bo by Joe you'll find her on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Am I correct with all that?
yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So we were just talking there. Sorry, I had to prove
Yeah,
my
alright.
my humidity to the phone. So we were talking about how you were on the journey of going from your own self in the house and maybe people wanting it then.
Yeah, so it was literally, as I said, it was naturally, I'd be making batches and people would be saying, put my name in the pot for the next one, or or they'd be using it and going, that's great stuff, can I get another one? And it snowballed like that for a while, and I would just be making bigger batches. Do you know, it wasn't a business at this stage, and I'd be like, there you go, la la la, grand. And then it got to a point where my life changed a little bit, and I'm originally a psychologist, or not a psych, I trained in psychology and psychoanalysis, and I was thinking I'd go back to doing that.
Practicing,
and every door wasn't opening as easy as this one. So, I said, look, it was a gamble, it was a risk. It was either go back and work around the kids that way, or go for this.
Go for your own.
And I just it was just an easier path at the time as well. And I said, look, I'm going to go for it. And once I started as a business, it just took off, and then I started doing the talks and different things like that. And
you do talks. You were saying you done a
what
talk
happened
in the
accidentally as well.
RDS.
Yeah. So mind body experience, I contacted them. I was going to trade with them in the RDS, and then it came up as an option to do a talk, and I was like, yeah, I've never done a talk before in my life. And I was like, but I wanted to get it out there because but I know how hard it is being a parent and something being wrong with your kid and not knowing what's wrong, and it's not there's not much awareness about it yet, that chemicals could be the thing that's interfering with their skin, interfering with their lungs, just even people like their brain fog and hormonally, like people say, we hit menopause and our hormones go mental, and I'm kind of looking at it now going, if you used a man as a control group and you look at women and what all the cosmetics we've been using since we're 13, and we've been overloading our bodies with toxins, and men haven't. And we both get to the same age as say 40 or 50.
We've been Africa in me teens,
Yeah, but that's about it. We have fake tan, we have hairspray, we have makeup, we have body lotions, potions. And now there's all those cosmetic things like Botox, chemical peels. We are putting ourselves through the ringer, and you get to about 40 or 50 and people go, oh, we're going through perimenopause. And I'm looking at it now going, is that toxic overload? Have we just put our bodies through that much? No. And we're blaming menopause and our hormones and different things like that.
Yeah.
But we know ourselves there's carcinogens and hormone disruptors in our skincare, and over time they're bound to have
because it says it on the label.
It says it on the label.
Say it on the label, yeah.
So I'm starting to look into that now and go, is there a correlation here? Because our mums and dads, our grannies and grannies wouldn't have put ourselves through the ringer as much as we are. So now I'm going, over time, we haven't got time on our side where we can go, that didn't happen before, so we're the newbies, the first generation that's done it.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at that going, there has to be something more to it. So I'm more passionate about getting it out there. I would put my recipes online just to help people with their homes and take chemicals out of their homes and toxins out of their homes. It's very easy. People think, oh God, I couldn't be going through all of that. When you bring it back to basics.
Yeah. You are looking into, I have to say this because I really want to say this on camera, but you are looking into chemical-free dishwashers, tablets, chemical-free washing powders.
Yeah.
You're looking into that at the minute?
At the moment I don't have one. I have one that they'll get me by with the girls in, or like for clothes and stuff like that,
Yeah.
for the washing machine. But say for instance, like my granddad was a diesel mechanic. That's why I love being here today.
Right,
like
yeah.
it just the nostalgia of it all. But there's no way it would have got his grease stains out of his clothes. Do you know
Yeah,
that
I
type
get
of
that,
way? So
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't have one perfected. That's why I haven't put anything online. But I have my dishwasher. I have my dishwasher tablets online.
Oh, you
and they
have
were too
them, they're
notiony.
up.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
lovely.
So did a bit on that. I've just put up today. I had to redo all the body washes in the house because they ran out. And I said, sure, just I'll put the recipe up and see if anybody wants it.
Lovely.
So it's not like I'm going to be a gatekeeper of information here. Like,
Yeah, like
I want it out
yeah.
there. I'm not gaining so much from the talks or the recipes. I just want people to be able to have access to it and maybe change
because
the lifestyle.
tomorrow the whole thing, we could get a solar flare, which will disconnect us the way we're connected now with technology, with phone, everything
Yeah.
will stop. Your car will stop, all that there. But if people have the knowledge already,
Yeah.
so if you teach 3 people how to make this balm and they're making that balm, and then all the technology gets lost, they will become the wise people because they know such an original talent.
Yeah, yeah.
I believe, and it's not about, it won't be about how much money you have or anything anymore. It will be about, I'll give you a bucket of electricity for a bucket of that. That's, you can barter. You know?
Barter it
Yeah,
out
yeah,
and stuff,
yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah. Hashtag buckets of electricity. We're gonna have to get that. We're gonna have to get that down. God damn it! I've no other way of exporting it out. Joe, we're at a 1:15.
We are not.
Yeah, and
I'm so sorry.
No, you're okay, you're 100%. Usually I do let it run on a little bit, but I have to also be aware of the time for the repeats.
Oh, 100%.
So
yeah.
we're going to finish up there with Joe. If you like what Joe was doing on the show today, please let us know. I'm definitely inviting Joe back onto the show. There's no doubt about that. We didn't even get to talk about half of our bullet points and we still filled 20 minutes there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
there's a
it's
lot.
such a varied thing. Please, if you have any questions on this, I will be taking outtakes during the week and
Lovely.
cutting videos from it, so we will be doing a video like that. So if you have any questions for Joe on the chemical free living, please ask them. There's loads and loads of people there saying thank you very much, Joe,
You're
for
very
that
welcome.
there. That is yeah, hormones are naturally there without adding more. So you don't need more hormones in your
Especially
body.
teenagers and things.
Yes,
as well.
yeah. Whenever their bodies are changing so much, I suppose after 26, your body changes the way of growth. So it's not that your body stops changing, it changes the way of growth. Your body has grown and then your body prepares to be older. So if you're putting all these hormones and chemicals into your body while it's growing, it can't be good. It cannot be good. No, not at all.
Definitely not.
Not at all. Even aftershave, I'd be very wary about wearing aftershave and or deodorant. Deodorant makes me stink.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have anything for that?
I actually am I'm trying to get a deodorant approved, so I will be making my own deodorant soon. I shouldn't even put that out there because I put pressure on
You
it.
heard it here first, guys.
Well, it'll be a while.
Yes,
it'll be
yeah,
a while.
yeah.
Like, I do make it for myself. I can't use any. I just once you hear something, you can't unhear. And when
Yeah.
I hear about all the aluminiums and the cancer rates and like cancer and lymph nodes and different things, and next thing you're putting these cancer-causing carcinogens on a very vulnerable part of your body,
Yes.
which is exposure to your lymph nodes, and you're going, why is the cancer rates going up? And you're going, like,
Yeah,
what
because
are we
you're
doing?
sucking it in, aren't
Yeah,
you?
we're not questioning the marketing, as I say, and our lifestyles and
Yeah.
how more time per and different things like that. Like, you know, it's no surprise that we're not questioning it, but at the same time, when you look at all the correlations, you have to go enough's enough. But and you say the option has to be there to do something about it. Like, you can't just say don't do it
Yes,
and not have
yeah,
an option to
yeah.
change. So, yeah, I'm hoping to get that approved soon. So
Wow,
yeah,
guys,
yeah.
wow. So there will be What about
If
a wash?
somebody could help me with a name, it'd be great for a deodorant, by the way, because I'm not getting that inventive. But like, I've got this name. It's a rotten name, right?
What is it? Go on, tell us.
Pit Putty.
Oh!
It's awful. It's all. And I can't get it out of my head, right?
Oh my God, that's a
Awful.
pit potty.
Pit Putty.
Pit
It
potty.
just comes into my head every time I think of deodorant now.
Right, yeah.
So I need help with that one. So if anybody out there is,
If you can bet, or pit potty.
I'm sure you can. It wouldn't be that hard, Barra.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing. So I'm putting it out there to your audience, Barra.
Very interesting. Joe Christie says there. Completely agree. I've been saying it for years, says Strawberry. And there, can I add her? Yes, you can
Yes,
indeed.
of course.
At Bo by Joe. That's the TikTok. So you're
TikTok. So
Bo by Joe.
Joe _ Joe Lynch, I think it is.
Yeah, and then on Facebook you're Joe Lynch.
Joe Lynch, Bo by Joe, and then Instagram is Bo _by _Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she is tagged in my videos during the week. So has she a link? I think we're after giving the link there, are we?
Yeah, they're the three handles, and then I have a website. It's bobyjoe.ie as well.
So can you spell Bo by Joe for us?
BOBYJO.
Bo
Simple.
by Joe.
Yeah.
So you can see it there as well. Bo by Joe. So please give her a shout. I think it's very, very interesting what Joe is talking about here, and the way that she's giving the information about what she does to people. It's really, really what I'm at here as well. Like, people be saying to me, "Oh, you shouldn't be sharing your information," but then I'm sure you get it. People say, "Oh, you should patent that." And and then you get other people who come up to you and say, "That is amazing. Thank you so much for the information."
Yeah.
That's worth a lot, because even though if you patent it, you put an agreement that it gets buried unless you're going to work on it. So you wouldn't be able to share your information if you had a patent.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It takes the school, the
That's
teacher
it.
away
If you're
from
trying
it.
to, like, my main passion would be to get the information out there. Like, that's what I'm passionate about. So I'm not going to be the gatekeeper. You know, I'm not trying to hold all the cards and go.
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
It's not a money thing for me, and it's not anything like that. It's about actually, like, when I was going through the mill, if I had met someone like me, what would I wanted to hear? And now that I'm in the position with the information, and anyone's going through that, I'd love to be the person to be able to help. Do you know,
Yeah.
like that kind of way? Because when you've been through something like that, and you come out the other side, all you want to do is help somebody else. You know, especially when it
Correct,
comes
yes.
to children and things like that. Like, it's just.
Well, you need your own health and your mental health if you even want to think about taking care of your children. Like.
This is it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's not anyone's fault if they don't have the information. Like, the doctors
Correct.
didn't have the
Yes,
information
yeah.
for me at the time, and so I would just like to be a source of information for other people. Maybe
Yeah, yeah.
just to help. Like, it is. Yes, so
Great.
that's why.
Guys, I'm definitely going to have to finish, because usually it takes me about 10 minutes to get finished. Couldn't patent, unfortunately. No, Strawberry, we do want a patent. So this morning I'm going to say goodbye first to Facebook here, which thank you very much for everybody that tuned in. I hope you liked it. We will definitely be putting this repeat up on Facebook, Instagram, and it will also go to YouTube. And also watch for segments out of this. Zell was in with her Rolls Royce, and whenever she sat in the back seat, she'd her sunglasses on. She's super cool, and she just sat in the Rolls Royce, and I went, I cannot believe I'm getting this on camera. I couldn't believe it. Can I invest? Yes, Strawberry, but I would rather you invest in me than Joe. But head up, Joe, there.
Thanks, Strawberry.
Definitely, yes. Everything, I think everything that myself and Joe does is we're showing people the older way of living. We're not banging the drum about everything's bad and sharing posts on Instagram. You're actually sharing posts, not saying that's bad for you, you're saying this is good for you. I'm sharing posts like, you don't have to be completely off grid, but you can run your lights or your water heater or something like that off this. So definitely a brilliant connection here, I think. Yeah. Definitely going to have her back. Going to say goodbye to Facebook because there I'd end up sitting down again and we'd be away for another 25-30 minutes. So please let us know during the week if you liked it. So slán everybody on Facebook there, and just we'll go through the usual thing of the little thing not letting me just finish. So now there we go, ending live broadcast. The usual as well. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody on Instagram. Thank you very much, and bye. And just to let you know, Joe, I can still see you in the background, so do you want to give a wee wave? Do you want to be waving there? Yeah. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.
And now, all you guys on Tickety Tockety there, I'll keep Joe in for this one as well. I'm just going to roll that over. And thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in today. It's really, you guys really make it happen. All the likes that come in, we've 2.8k likes there. Thank you so much. And they're still coming in. We've 13 watchers on the screen at the minute, which is great. Good man, and thanks, Joe. Everybody's thanking Joe there. So that's
you.
yeah. People really like that. Thank you very much, guys. And I'm gonna say now, there's the viewers. Can I ask, is there a certain copper gauge for energy for growing plants? Thanks. No, I have to hold my hand up there. Claire Homeboard. No, not really. What you're doing is the copper in the ground. I can show you with this here. The copper in the ground is creating a positive to negative charge. I have a staff here, so this here is for kind of harnessing. It harnesses through the positive, which is a piece of quartz stone, and it comes down through the staff to the negative. So what that'll do is help the charge in my body. What you're doing with the copper in the ground, if you can lay it out like a grid mat before you put the final finish of soil or whatever you're putting in, before you put that final finish in where you won't be digging anymore, if you can get right down there and put a mesh, like a grid type system underneath that there, and every metre you come up out of the ground, you can scale it on that. So if you can come up 2 metres, you're even better. If you can come up 1 metre, you're better. All that kind of jazz, you know. It's I will go through that one of the days. I have my own garden up there, which I need to get digging at. And Jesus Christ, if I don't bury copper in the garden, there's going to be something wrong, isn't there? Right, guys, again, I have 3k likes. Thank you so much, everybody, for all the likes and everything. And it really pains me to finish whenever there's 26 people watching from 17 there whenever I say goodbye. But thank you very much, everybody, and have a really good